Good morning, guys. Welcome back to Tomorrowaday Farms. Today we're going to work on something I use a lot of in the winter. I've been working on this recipe for about a year, but I'm going to show it to you this year because I think I've got it pretty much perfect. It's a cream of bacon starter, and I started kind of tweaking around with this recipe a couple years ago. Last year I worked on it really hard, but this year I think I got it, so I'm going to share it with you. And we'll talk about all the different things I use it for, and it's going to be super good to have on your shelf and a lot cheaper than a can. So let's get going. Let's get canning. It's a crappy day here. It is pouring rain. We have flood warnings everywhere. So you know what? It's a stressful day. Our property is flooding, and I just need to keep my mind busy. So we're gonna hang out and we're gonna make this soup starter, and this will go along with the celery soup starter. I will link that up above, and this will have you set for the entire winter. And I'll be right back because I'm gonna spin you around and get you over to the stove. Alright guys, we're gonna talk about what I got going on here first, and then I'll take you over to the stove. There's going to be a little bit of noise because the boys have had to rush out and get all the animals put away. But here's 3 pounds of bacon. I just have it chopped up. I must say this is a Rebel canning thing. I should have said that. This is one of those things you need to do your own research, and you need to see if this is one thing that you want to do. Okay, so let me put that out there. This is not an approved recipe by any means. This is my own thing. And if you guys do not feel comfortable making this, I fully understand. Okay, so 3 pounds of bacon. Oh, hang on a sec, guys. Alright guys, sorry about that. So 3 pounds of bacon chopped up, and then I have about 2 cups of onion here. What we're gonna do is I'm going to pick you up, move you guys around as careful as I can, and there we go. It's the best I can do, guys. So I have my pot heating up. We're gonna add the bacon first. Okay, and this is a pressure can. You cannot water bath can this. So what we're going to do is we're going to render this really slow, and then I'm going to put it on a plate, drain as much oil, and then we're going to cook the onions and a little bit of garlic. I just have to do the garlic yet, but I'll show you how I'm doing that. And we will get going on this. This will take about 10-15 minutes. So when I get halfway there, I'll bring you back. Alright guys, so we're halfway through here. I had to take a lot of water off. This was real cheap bacon from the grocery store. Not going to use our good stuff for this, because I'm just going to can it. So you end up with about 2 pounds by the time you get done cooking out all the fat. So I'm going to continue to cook this down a little bit more. I want it a little, it's not going to stay crispy. That is the one thing you do need to know. It's not. But the onions will pull up all that stuff on the bottom, which is great. And that's why I do it in 2 different sections. It does help. It takes up all that film off the bottom. But I'm going to keep going. It's only been about 10 minutes, so I'm going to go for another 10, see where it is, and I'll bring you back then. Alright guys, so we're there, and it was only another 5 minutes, okay? So what I'm going to do is I have a bowl here with cheesecloth. I'm going to turn my burner off for now, and I'm going to drain the bacon. I just have to keep my husband out of it. He's already threatening to eat the bacon. We might actually, with our storm pending, we might even put this video up today, because today is Sunday. I'm just going to tip this for a minute. And then I will remove the bacon fat from the bottom of this bowl, and I will put in the fridge, and I will cook with it. So I'm just taking a slotted spoon, and I'm just going to clean out as much as I can. Put in this bowl of cheesecloth. And then we are going to get the onions started. Because there's a fair bit of oil in here, so I'm probably going to remove some of that as well, because we don't need all that. You're not going to get every piece of bacon out, but and that's okay. Alright guys, so I'm just going to let that sit. I'm going to drain some of this fat off and I'll bring you back and we'll cook the onions. Alright guys, so now we're going to add, I'm going to turn my stove back on to low, and we're going to dump in these onions. We're going to get this started. And that will pull all this up off the bottom. And that's the good stuff. And we're just going to soften these. And this worked out, I have very small onions, and it worked out to be about 4 small onions, okay? I'm going to add 2 bay leaves to this. So I use this for chicken broccoli casserole. If you're a big Rebel canner, when I know there's a lot of ladies out there that do the big Rebel canning, you could even add the milk to this, clear gel, and can it. I'm not that much of a Rebel. This pushes my Rebel canning pretty much to the limit. Okay. And this will not take long because this pot is so warm. And if you notice I'm not adding any salt, I want to wait until I add all the broths, and the bacon is really salty. So Michael says he approves the bacon. He said it tastes really good. So I'm just going to let these get like a little more translucent here. We are going to get a teaspoon of chili flake in there. If you don't want to put chili flake, don't put it in. You want to get that working in that fat. And I poured off a good 1.5 cups of that fat. I only put a couple tablespoons in the bottom. Alright, so we're at that point where I can add the ham stock. My ham stock is frozen. You don't have ham stock on hand, chicken broth works just fine. I am going to add chicken broth to this as well, because this will not be enough. Pound that down a little bit, and I'm going to shove the lid on it. And this will not take long to thaw, that's for sure. So while that's going, I'm going to take my strainer here with my flour sack towel, my clean flour sack towel. I'm going to open up my chicken broth. I am going to strain it for this soup. It's one of the very few times I strain it. Look at that beautiful stock. This is such a rich soup, guys. Like, just putting it in a pot, putting a little bit of cream in it, and making a really nice soup is wonderful as well. You don't have to put it in just casseroles. but I do love it in chicken broccoli casserole, scallop potatoes, 7-layer casserole, or even just a good base to a bean and bacon soup. I open a jar of this, I open a jar of beans, and I make soup for lunch. Like, super simple, 5-minute meal, and I'm done. So this is just nicely dripping through. I will bring you guys back when this is all done. Alright guys, I'm going to add the garlic now. I'm going to use my rasp. If you don't have one of these, this box grater, or just chop it really fine. You don't have to have one of these, but they are a really nice kitchen tool to have. If you guys don't have one of these and you want to chop it, put a little bit of salt on your garlic and then mash it with your knife. That'll give you the same texture and consistency. All right, let's get this off of here. All right, so now we're gonna add some spices here, guys. Now this will be to your taste. If you want it a little bit hotter, if you want it like heat wise, if you want some more chili peppers, because every time you cook bacon it's going to change a little bit, so you may have to adapt the recipe a little bit. This is 2 tablespoons of smoked paprika because I want that smoky flavor. If you happen to have which I can't find, I have to wait till we go to a bigger town, some hickory smoke. Drop 5 or 6 drops in here. Taste as you go, and it'll give you a nice depth of flavor. Chili powder is also really nice in this, if you don't want to do that either. That is super nice. It does need a bit of salt though. Very good. So I'm going to add some kosher salt. My hands are wet. I'm going to add a tablespoon of salt. Oops. And I'm going to add another teaspoon of chili peppers to mine. That is so good, guys. My goodness. Just going to give it another little taste. Delicious, guys. Just delicious. Could use a little more salt, but I'm going to refrain from that because I will add that when I go to make the soup. I can add that. So here is our bacon. Try to do this so I'm not in your guys' way here. My husband will not mind if he has to come in here and pick some bacon off the cheesecloth. That is for sure. Now we're going to add that bacon. We're just going to clean the bottom. So I'm going to do this in 500 milliliters. So if I wanted to make this as a soup, I do 500 milliliters on the stove, drop of butter, and half a cup of heavy cream, or half and half, milk, whatever you may have. And you may, depending on your flavor, you may want to add more salt. You may want to thicken it a little bit. But I use this base for bacon and bean soup as well. I don't can that because, well, I'm the only one. So a lot of times there are certain things, if I can just make it faster with a can, when I can beans, I just drop the beans in. And then I have it for a couple days. Just cleaning that bottom. And then we're going to give it another taste here. Should be getting a new spoon, but it's my family, so. guys. That is so good. So, so good. Could use a little more smoky flavor to it, I think, but I'm going to leave it there because when I get liquid smoke, I can add it. It's not a big deal. And there we go. I'm going to get the ladle here, guys. I'm going to, like, look at that. Isn't that amazing? It is so good. I mean, how do you go wrong with this soup, right? Like I said, that's a delicious soup right on its own. But can be used for other things. And you'll see that through the winter. So I ended up putting, before I forget guys, I ended up putting another liter of chicken broth in here. So I had probably 5 cups of ham broth, so one liter of ham stock, and 2 liters of chicken broth. Okay, I'm gonna get the canner set up, guys, and I'm gonna get my jars and set up for canning, and then we're gonna get pressure canning this. All right, guys, we're gonna fill up these jars. So, you're going to want to process this for meat time. Take out your bay leaves. And ask your puppy to stop chewing on your toes. That would be nice. Alright. So 75 minutes for 500 milliliters and 90 minutes for liters. Whatever you choose to do, guys. Like I said, this is Rebel canning, so if you're not comfortable with this, I completely understand. But it is good, guys. I'm just going to kind of debubble as I go. My canner isn't even on yet, but I do have hot water in my canner. Make sure you swirl this around pretty good here so you get bacon in every jar. One-inch headspace. Okay, debubble. And so guys, we might put this video up today instead of tomorrow. They're calling for a lot of power outages today. So just to be safe, we might just pop this up today. And just to be safe. And I want to get this pressure canned, but in case we do. Okay, so they're all debubbled. I forgot my rings. So you're going to wipe those rims really well. Everybody in the house tasted it. Everybody likes it. So I call that winner. Three lids. I just gotta grab some rings, guys. And I'm just gonna pop that into the canner. Just using my Presto today. It's what's in the kitchen right now. And then when we come back, after I've processed this, I will let you know how many jars I got. Alright guys, I will see you guys in a bit. Alright guys, we're going to take them out of the canner. Just going to move my doggy. Got guys, our house smells amazing. Okay, this is a smaller batch, but that's okay. Let's see if we can get you guys in there a little bit better. We're cleaning to decorate for Christmas today. Like I said, guys, this is Rebel Canning. So, you guys do your own research and you choose. But this is a family favorite right here. And I'm glad I have worked on it enough where you guys can enjoy it with us now. There we go. Okay guys, if you know someone that would like this recipe, please share it on your Facebook pages, wherever you use social media. And I would truly appreciate it. I'm going to try to give you guys a better close-up now that my dog has moved. Let's just peek over here really quick. Woo! Check that out. So good, guys, so good. Trying to get you guys to see the bubble action. There you go. Alright guys, if you, whoa! I'm just tripping over you guys left, right, and center today. Sorry about that. Alright guys, if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And let me know what you think. What would you change if you try it? I would love to hear your comments. And recipe in the description box. Your processing time. And there you go, guys. Cream of bacon soup starter. You know what I was thinking before I let you guys go? This with a bit of cream over top of some green bean casserole. I've never done that. I bet you that would be the bomb. The bomb. But anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think. And I'll be talking to you guys down in the comments below. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys super soon. Bye.